I always think the 1st of January of each year is a great day here in County Armagh Golf Club. It's a special day where we install the new captain for the coming year and the new lady captain for the coming year. And every 2 years we inaugurate our president. Before we proceed, I would just like, on behalf of the club, and particularly the male section of our club, to congratulate Gail Steed as the lady captain for 2017. And also Elizabeth Mawhinney as the lady vice captain for 2017. And we hope that both of them have a wonderful year to come as lady captain and lady vice captain respectively. So without further ado, could I call on Marty Oliver, our 2016 captain, to say a few final words to you as captain of the club.
Not too far now. I have had great support and warmth from the members in all the ventures that I've been involved in over the last 2 years, and I was told that I would feel the warmth of people on my captain's day. And I have to say, I really enjoyed my captain's day. Some might say I was too fair because I put the pins in the middle of the greens, and a lot of our members don't know where the middle of the greens are. And I'm sure that there's one person thankful that I did, the winner, Eric Hampton. But I have to say, throughout that whole period of the summer, I really had a great time, and the warmth of the members of this club, I was astonished. I was warned it would happen, but I believe we have a great club and we have great members who do support and have supported me in all the ventures that I've had for 2 years, and I personally would like to thank you all for that. Because of that, I would like and I hope that you would extend the same support and warmth to the incoming captain, Richard. I know Richard quite a while now, and when it came to sort of asking him, I had no problem because I knew his background and I knew where he'd come from. Actually, I was PRO in the club here at one stage, and Richard used to be the editor of the Gazette, and it was amazing how my words came out in the Gazette, because I can tell you I did write some rubbish. Did you say you want a bar before the end? So I hope for the new coming year that there will be the same level of support to Richard and Colin that I have received from them. I'm sort of thinking of the two of them together because of where they work and everything else. It could be County Armagh's answer to the OFM, DFM, couldn't it? So I'll leave you to ponder that one. But Richard, he had no hand in the Ash for Cash. Whilst he does work in a big house, he is steered well clear, but probably there's no need for the heap up, there's enough already.
Now Marty's going to present the new captain for 2017 with his blazer.
Mr. President, Mr. Vice Captain, Madam Lady Captain, and Madam Lady Vice Captain, members, guests, and everybody else is here.
Thank you,
I'm absolutely delighted, very humbled, and very honoured to be captain of County Armagh Golf Club for 2017. I can't think of a better way to get the new year started. And if the weather's going to be like anything that it was today, I think we can look forward to a good year. Believe it or not, I was in my late 30s when I joined County Armagh Golf Club in 2002, invited to become a full member by then Captain Damien Murray. Thank you, Damien. I suppose it was a natural progression from my football, rugby and hockey playing days, as has been alluded to, has just about come to an end. And before anybody else says that yes, maybe I should have given up a lot sooner. To be honest though, my interest in golf was stirred many years beforehand. In my newspaper days, as a cub reporter with the Gazette, it was my weekly duty to collect the golf notes from PJ Collins, our esteemed past captain and past president, at a certain bookmakers in the back street. Next, please. I can recall to this day those perfectly handwritten notes, brilliantly articulating the events and competitions of the week at County Armagh Golf Club. I have to admit I tried hard to emulate his writing, but never quite seemed to get there. Anyway, shortly after I joined the golf club, I was gifted the post of PRO, and for about 15 years now I've been writing about our members, as well as taking hundreds, if not thousands, of photographs for the local papers on our website, looked after by Webmaster Cormac. I've loved every minute of it, and it's a role which has allowed me to get to know so many of our members and to work very closely with so many of our club captains. Now, I'll choose my words very carefully here. Working with the club captain can be interesting, exhilarating, frightening, and sometimes exhausting. And I speak about especially one particular captain whose tie I spent straightening every single time he had to be photographed. You know who you are, Richard Black. However, it must be said, in recent years, the men at the helm of this great club have had many difficult challenges to deal with. I would commend their courage, vigour and foresight. My hope is that, like all those who have gone before me, I can be just as courageous and capable, energetic and successful as captain for 2017. Having been a member of council for the last 5 years, I have witnessed much of the efforts of the captains and council at close hand. Thankfully, also, as was highlighted at our recent AGM, we are in a much better place than we have been for some time. In the last year, I have learned much from Captain Marty Oliver. It's been a pleasure to work closely with him, and if I may just take a moment or two to reflect on the achievements of Marty both on and off the course. Way back in March, Marty launched the very successful grand fundraising draw. In the same month, he also announced the launch of the new Seven Hills restaurant. In April, it was off to Augusta, Georgia for the Masters on a trip of a lifetime with his daughter Emma. On his Captain's Day, celebrated by so many, Martin displayed great humility in his fundraising efforts for charity, and a magnificent sum of £1,800 was donated to Marie Curie. Now, on the course, he was still a formidable player, reducing his handicap over the year to 6.
It was the left-hander.
I believe this may have been achieved following his fantastic performance in the Max Hayden Trophy, a competition for all of Ulster's captains, and in which Marty was runner-up. On top of all that, Marty has also presented more than 100 prizes to our many members who were winners on the club competitions. In his own words, not bad for a left-hander.
Oh, good lad.
Now, looking forward, I can say I am very fortunate to have the support of council with some new faces on board, a mixture of youth and some very great experience of all things golf, who will help guide me through 2017. None more so than my vice captain, Colin Shannon. He's been a friend for many years, a neighbour at one time, and a work colleague for the past 10 years. And I've no doubt that he'll also keep me right as I go forward. Our club president, Walter, I've also warned to expect a call from me at some time through the year for advice and guidance when I need it. Also, and perhaps the main man who will keep me on the right track, are our Honorary Secretary, Paddy Burns, and our new club treasurer, Pat McAlevey, whose appointments especially I am absolutely delighted with. The GUI and the ILG proposals for one governing body will also offer me personally an opportunity to work even more closely with our ladies, and especially our new lady captain Gail and lady vice captain Elizabeth. In the run-up to this day, Gail and I have met regularly to discuss plans for the new year. Among them our fixtures calendar, which includes a big club fundraising classic, which I'd like you all to look out for, as well as various new and exciting competitions. It is certainly my intention, and I hope Gail's also, to continue that close working relationship throughout the year and to develop and embrace plans which will allow for a smooth transition into one governing body at County Armagh Golf Club in the future. All of this golf business, you will understand, will give my long-suffering wife Eileen much welcome time to herself. Like me, Eileen enjoys sport. Golf, well, she pretends to listen to me when I replay my round on a Saturday evening over dinner. But football I know she enjoys, and with more than a passing interest. And I say that with some authority and indeed some evidence. Because many years ago when our son Darren and I think he was about 6 or 7, were kicking football in the backyard, and you know how it is, Dad showboating his skills to his young son. Well, after only a few minutes, Darren was obviously less than impressed and stormed off into the house, where I followed him and heard him say to his mum, "I wish David Beckham was my dad." To which his mum replied instantly, "Oh, so do I, son." That's actually a true story. So as you can understand, I need to up my game. Becoming captain of County Armagh Golf Club means a lot to me in more ways than one.